Hello, everybody. And here we are once again all together for the Tuesday Night Music Show brought to you by DJ Event Planner. You can find out more about them in the description of this video, along with some of our other wonderful sponsors who I met at the show last week, which, you know, you're like, what show? NAMM? Because this is coming out in January. No, this is DJX, what we're talking about, because that was a very long time ago. Topical is not something we do very well with here.
Feels like it.
Got a fun topic tonight. We're going to play a game involving building crates, and we're all going to be able to participate in this. I'll talk more about that later. We're all going to be able to choose crates and add songs to crates. Well, we'll get to that later. First of all, real quick, let's go ahead and just say who all's here. In case you don't know, we have Matt from Georgia. We have Howie from Jersey, right? You're in Jersey. Yeah,
Jersey.
of course you are. We have Eric from wherever he's from. We have Jay. We have Jay coming to us from Phoenix or something like that.
Beautiful Phoenix, Arizona this evening.
On the set of Brassers.
To be real specific, I'm in the Marriott Bonvi, whatever. I'm spilling drinks. And of course, I'm enjoying a fine, high quality beverage while here at the hotel.
Of course you are.
Another trade show.
We have JC from Mexico City, my roomie for the last.
Would you call him Road Dog? Okay.
No, did not.
Oh, the other one.
The other JC. Southern JC.
But that's okay. You can drink.
I'm the Northern JC.
Yeah. We have the JC from Boston over here, Boston John.
Road Dog.
Okay. Drink up, boys. I'd like to go ahead and do a quick lightning round of the record roundup this week, so we can get to our show topics. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. So, John, what do you have for us this week for records?
Sure, let's lead it up. Thank you, Matt. Hey, so if you're tired of playing Born to Be Alive in celebration for your disco sets, I pulled out a classic from way back.
Nice.
I have the 3-disc set of Thank God It's Friday.
I have it too.
Features Donna Summer, Commodores, who are already getting some traction. They were a couple of years in. If you bought it when I got it, you got the extra bonus disc, the one-sided 15-minute Donna Summer single.
Yeah, the Last Dance extended.
Casablanca. This was Neil Bogart got on board with this one, and he had
Casablanca if you're not white.
Right. Yeah.
That too. White House Records.
Casablanca needs cigarettes.
Blanca. Hey, Blanca, what's going on up there?
Hey.
Surprising for this was that Neil Bogart got on this because he had signed, Kiss and what else did they write down? Village People, Donna Summer. So Donna kind of what I think was the lead, and because Kiss didn't end up on this, but they probably could have stuck Rock and Roll All Night on this if they wanted to, because that was on every record from 77 to 81. The Thank God It's Friday, I think is the secret song on this one. It's just good for the weekends. It's got a good party vibe. Kind of fits with everything that's here, high BPM, and it's something a little different. So if you haven't added that, and I don't know if I've ever seen it on a compilation, it's never been on like Pure Disco or any of those. The ones where you get the best of everything. Maybe it's licensing, because before Neil Bogart passed in '82, he was 39. He started Boardwalk Records, so maybe he gave up Casablanca. Boardwalk was like Joan Jett. That stuff came, and maybe that's why it just never ended up.
They have problems.
Go check that one out. Thank God It's Friday. It's a real party song. It's a good disco anthem.
And watch the movie if you.
It's a good movie.
If you can. It's not a good movie, but it's a movie.
It's an excellent movie. Academy Award.
It's a period piece. Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. Second film I ever saw him in. First film was Death Wish. He wasn't even credited. He was the bad guy who killed the girl at the beginning.
Right.
Way to give away a spoiler.
Well, spoiler alert.
That's right.
If you haven't seen it in 50 years, what are you waiting for?
My favorite is the Leatherman going on about how he loves leather. And
Leatherman. He's credited on the back cover. He could dance his way into your heart and a few other places. Oh, risque for 79.
Canceled.
Yes. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
I'll be happy.
Well, okay. Well, we got volunteers.
Three of us.
So.
I'll go quickly. I am
Before
going
Jay goes, explain what lightning.
Yeah, you say that all the time.
I understand lightning. Very simple, very quick. I'll prove how simple it is. My album this week is Simple Things by 07. If you need some down tempo, kind of chill stuff, this is an album. The probably banner track on it is Waiting Line from the Garden State movie. Tracks that I'm the biggest fan of are Give It Away, which is in full instrumental, featured on a bunch of CSI episodes. So when you hear it, you'll be like, I know this song. Destiny, which is one of their greatest tracks ever. Distractions, which is another amazing track. And little known fact for some of the viewers getting into the game, you see Sia all the time where she wears the funny hair and the mask, and she doesn't want people to know who she is. Go look up Destiny or Waiting Line or any of the old 07. It's Sia and a woman named Sophie Barker. Sophie's as good a singer as Sia. And then they switched up with another girl named Tina Dixo from, I think, Norway. But if you want to know what Sia looks like, just go look up any old 07. She didn't cover her face. She didn't have the whole weird thing going on. So that's my album of the week, Simple Things by 07.
Howie, you're next.
All right. I went down a rabbit hole. I watched a video that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I just had to listen to the whole album because I do have it. And it's The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, whoa.
From 1972. And I can remember my very first apartment was a garden apartment, 2-story, and big hallways. And my neighbor was playing this thing over and over and over, and I was like, man, this thing is awesome. And so I had to get a copy of it. And when they got home from work, I surprised them with putting my big Altec A7 cabinets, which were very popular at the time for groups like Pink Floyd and Rolling Stones and so forth. That was their PA back in the day. And I had many of them. So I put 2 of them in the hallway, and we just partied, and we got to be the party hallway of my garden apartment complex. So that's my story.
Right.
Right on.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Cool album. All that early Bowie stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
Great
it.
album. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will go. I have a little self-titled number by a little one named artist. You might have heard of her before, Madonna.
Mhm.
Vinyl.
Oh, I get that one.
Wow.
And so that has, as far as a couple of big hits, side 1 has Borderline and side 2 has Holiday on it. And since we record this show on Tuesdays, by the way, if you ever want to see us on topic and time sensitive, come in the chill room on Tuesdays. I do have also the Madonna True Blue here as well, which has Papa Don't Preach on it. And there was another one of note.
Open Your Heart.
Yes, it does. It does. White Heat.
Why
Live to
Slav
Tell.
Bonita?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it can be
yes,
yours.
yes.
I'm here
And
to
it could
help.
be yours for $7.99 tonight.
Yeah.
Now, while supplies last.
Those are big fat lies because look what I paid for it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well,
They saw you coming.
good
I
answer.
think I
Put
could have
12
won
on
that
it.
one.
Yeah.
This kid looks like he's got $12 in his pocket. He's got that DJNTV money. He could afford this.
Pop that sticker on. Hurry up. Here comes Matt.
In the words of the kid from We're the Millers, wait, you guys are getting paid for this?
Right.
Just kidding. Love you, John. Love you, Dan.
This isn't a hotel room. This is just a new addition I put on the house with DJNTV money.
There you go.
Do you have something for us this week, Eric?
You know what I have? I have 1993 greatest hits by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He's
A lot of songs on that.
Great
A
album.
whole
Yeah.
bunch of singles on that. He sold a whole bunch of copies. Just real quick, American Girl Breakdown, The Waiting, You Got Lucky.
Mary Jane's on that.
Surprised to see, yeah, Mary Jane, Free Falling.
Is Refugee on that?
Refugee, yes, that's on there.
Not a bad song
You
on it.
don't need another Tom Petty album. If you have to do Tom
That's
Petty,
this one.
that album will do that. It will cover everything.
You need.
He's really well. It's like one of the better, greatest hits.
I think that's probably, yeah, you're right. So I'm cheating by doing a greatest hits tonight.
No, not at all.
But I really think this album is worth getting. Like,
no, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's
yes, I have a rock, 80s rock. Is the
Please Be
band
Giant
from Wales in the United Kingdom.
Giant.
And the band is The Alarm. So I would recommend you the album The Best of The Alarm.
Oh, Give Me Strength is one of the greatest songs ever done.
Yeah, or 68 Guns. No, it's a nice track.
Another great
also.
song.
So this is a good album if you don't have anything about The Alarm. This is a good compilation of.
I always forget about them.
Good choice.
I think it's cool to get those collections like we've done a lot of this week, where if you aren't familiar with an artist, or if you're not familiar with a genre or an era or whatever, you can pick these things up and you can get taste a little bit of everything, with some of those. I have something similar at DJ Expo, which happened last week for those of you watching this in February of 2027.
Finally airs.
Rock and Soul had a pop-up booth at the show, and I told my friend Jason, who is helping out with that booth, to go ahead and pick a record out for me, and I'd buy whatever he picked for me. So here's my bag. Here's my Rock and Soul bag, and I haven't opened this record yet. In fact, I haven't even looked real close at it yet. But Jason picked out for me. I thought it was fun. It was a cool pick. And it's Larry Levan's Paradise Garage. It's got
jeez, are you kidding?
It's got it's got some cool South Soul 12 inches on it that Larry played. This is
what did that set you back?
I don't want to know, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
so take our money. It was
just like that was in the same room as us last week.
Pick out whatever you want me to check. It's a double album. Let's see here. What do we have? Instant Funk, I've Got My Mind Made Up. Sparkle, Handsome Man. And then we've got Sky, First Time Around. First Choice, Double Cross. Lolita Holloway, The Greatest Performance in My Life. The South Soul Orchestra with How High. And Inner Life with Make It Last Forever. So, yeah, just kind of a fun taste of what was going on at Paradise Garage with Larry Levan.
That's awesome.
So I thought it was a fun one to add to my collection. Yep. I don't know that I have any of these on 12-inch, but here's a nice collection. And I would, they're extended singles. So like side A has 2 tracks on it. Side B, The Inner Life, Make It Last Forever, is the entire side D. So they could be 45, I don't know, but they are definitely extended. So yeah, I thought it was kind of a fun little piece of history. Somebody from New York picking out something very New York to bring home with me. I thought it was kind of fun. So,
by the way, I played the Larry Levan Inner Life with Jocelyn Brown remix today at the show of Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Yeah.
Had about 10 people come over and be like, dude, who did this?
What is this?
This is Larry Levan.
Yeah. No.
I thought so. Yeah. This is amazing. And honestly, it was a bunch of guys with white hair coming up. They were loving it. They were like,
that's cool.
I haven't heard this. Oh, this is great.
That's cool.
Want to get drinks? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Can I?
If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's right. So on this week's show, I mentioned that we're going to do crates, and I thought the reason I wanted to do this is because at Expo, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were asking about, how do you? Just curious. I want to get inside your head. How do you DJ? What do you do? How do you select your songs and stuff? And I said, well, I don't use crates or folders. And they looked at me very surprised. Like, you don't? I'm like, no. I'm afraid if I did, then they would just be go-to songs for everything and everything would sound the same. I kind of try to pick out of my head what I want to play and I play it. I understand most people don't have that type of database in their brain. So crates are very helpful. But it got me thinking, maybe I should build some crates. Maybe there's some tracks that I have forgotten about. And maybe
you don't want to just keep being that Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting character that you are as a DJ who's on the board. You want to just keep doing that. The rest of us have books. He's just in his head like, look, I'm going to figure it out on the board.
Well, apparently. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. I just never did it. But a lot of people, now back in the old days, of course I did. I had categories of the hard data that I had on record or a CD or whatever I had categorized in different ways. I could look at spines and have a recall. Oh yeah, let's check that out. But in the digital age now, I just hand select songs, but maybe crates would be helpful. So I thought tonight would be a fun opportunity to maybe do some crates together. So what I was thinking is this: how about I throw out a genre and we go around the room and add a track or two to the crate.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have anything for this, it's okay to tap out on one, because if you don't know, then it's time to learn. That's what's happening here. There's a lot of stuff I don't know.
This is a great learning opportunity.
And then when I'm done, Howie chooses a crate. Like, let's say Howie wants to do 70s rock, so he's going to do that, and we'll go around the room and add to his crate based on kind of where he started with a track or two. And we'll just keep going until we're out of time. What do you think, guys? Want to do this?
Sounds good.
So basically, we're helping Brian build crates tonight. I get
it. Exactly.
I just want to be clear. We're not hacking crates. We're building crates.
We're building crates together.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're like, you know what? I don't know what I put in that crate. It's okay to tap out on that round.
Right. Just say
exactly.
Yeah. On the other hand, if you've got a few songs, please don't go 1,000 like my clients do when I say, please give me a few requests. If you've got a few songs to add, please add them. And then if anybody in the chat would like to go ahead and transcribe the stuff in a comment or something, please feel free to do so.
Well, and after the show airs, it's going to be awesome to go back to the comments and see.
Maybe
and just whatever the crate was we started, by all means add to that, because I think we're going to get some really valuable answers.
Yeah, somebody's going to, hey, you forgot Hey Ya by Outkast. Oh, yeah, of course we did. Sorry.
There, of course.
Put in the comments if there's a crate that you feel like that we missed some gems on. Of course, you can build your crates as big or small as you like, and it's going to be up to you what you really add to these crates. And everyone's going to kind of have their own opinions on what they want to put in the crates, what they feel like.
This is great. We all learn from this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking so.
Something. I think it's great. Yeah.
I think we should do it monthly, for gosh sakes, because let's
see how this goes. Let's see how this goes.
All right. Sure. All right. Start it up, Brian.
Try it. Okay. So I attempted to build a crate, and I was real confident when I started building it, and I stalled out after about 20 tracks. I'm like, well, what's wrong with me? I mean, once in a while I will add a track to the crate as I'm, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. But I stalled out, and the category is one that I've talked about before. My friend DJ Eric Wash from DC kind of inspired me to think in this genre that I wasn't really thinking about before, and that's grown folks R&B. That is stuff that people, myself and older, may enjoy for R&B, and we're talking R&B, not top 40 R&B. So we're not doing Celebration Cool in the Gang, We might do Summer Madness Cool in the Gang now. And that might be some Gap Band tracks. That might be, things like that. So for grown folks R&B, the examples I can give you that I put in there that I thought were good.
So we can't obviously name the songs you already put in there.
Well, I'm going to throw a couple songs out there, and you can.
Okay, because I thought you were going to do all 20, and I'm like,
no. I'm just going to give you an example of the kind of stuff I put in there.
Okay, perfect.
I did Gap Band Outstanding. I did D-Train.
You're the one for me.
Actually, I did, but I also did D-Train. Move On?
Yeah, the one we heard last night.
Yeah, I like that one. I did some of the time tracks like Cool and 777, 9311 and The Walk. I did stuff like that. If you got anything you want to add to this list, we'll go around the room.
I'll go.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I got Give It To Me Baby, Rick James, and Super Freak. Would that fit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my two picks.
Those Rick James are good picks. I put Tina Marie, I Need Your Lovin' in the crate, but I didn't put any Rick James in the crate.
Tina Marie. I don't know if she's.
I Need Your Lovin'. Oh, absolutely.
Is she? I thought she was kind of
Square Biz from her was.
Yep.
Back in the day, played that all the time.
I'm gonna show some love to my town. I'm gonna do Jeffrey Osborne, "Stay With Me Tonight."
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Excellent song.
Nice. Yeah,
thank you.
I'll throw in SOS Band. I'm gonna do "No One's Gonna Love You." I'm always that's just got such a groove. All the ladies get up and dance to that one.
Great
it's just a funky, smooth bass line. "No One's Gonna Love You," SOS Band.
Just Be Good to Me would be really nice too, which was produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yep.
Before they were known as
talentless
producers.
now they're nowhere. Nowhere.
Yeah, nothing. They did nothing after that.
Yeah.
One hit wonders, both of them. All of Janet's record, all of everything.
Anyone else have anything they'd like to add to this crate before we move on to
not quite as old as that 90s bass though, but definitely grown folk R&B, and that is Nice and Slow by Usher.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, that could
a little
work.
on the fence. A little on the fence.
Yeah. I think I might do a different category.
When you say grown folk, I think, Matt, we're talking like if you're
gray hair,
let's say 50 up, your sweet hair black is more the 80s.
80s.
And you know what?
That you like the 90s, but it's not like sweet. It's a funny thing with people in music. Sweet spots are there's an age group.
Right. But you're saying R&B, that's 70s type stuff to my mind. I'm thinking like Cloud 9 by the Temptations. That's 120 BPM, or
I put William Devon, Be Thankful for What You Got in there. I mean, that's a stepping track.
Yeah. Laurie brought up a good one in the comments.
Yeah, she did.
Johnson, I'll Be Good to You. What a great, good job. Well, I liked that, Laurie. That's nice. I forgot about that song, actually.
The weird thing about that song to me is it's got in my opinion, it's got like the perfect chorus. The chorus is so good.
Oh, that's great.
For some reason, it's like they got lazy on the verses. They didn't write the rest of the song quite as well as they wrote it's like an amazing chorus and a so verse. I don't know. It's one of those weird songs, but they nailed it.
I forgot about that song. See, to me, when I think Brothers Johnson, I think Stomp. I don't know.
I was just going to say Stomp.
Strawberry Letter 22 as well.
Yeah. I had totally forgotten about what Laurie just brought up. That's a great. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
There's more gems than not. I had a 3-hour conversation with a guy today, and we went over tracks.
He's a lucky guy.
It was insane. Insane.
Yeah. I don't think he's in the room. I'm looking. Hold on. I don't know who the lucky.
Right here.
I'll touch you another one that you may not know about that I've used before that's pretty good. The cat's name is Eugene Wilde, and the song is Gotta Get You Home With Me Tonight. And actually, Foxy Brown sampled that for one of her tracks off her blue covered CD there. But that's it's got real smooth, like kind of that stepping vibe, like you say.
Nice.
So check that one out.
And by the way, today I played Johnny Taylor.
Yeah, you could definitely do Johnny Taylor.
Disco Lady.
Disco Lady.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Disco Lady would definitely work.
That's grown folks R&B. Sure.
And again, it's great to be 1,000 songs.
You drop the bottom.
Yeah. That would be fine.
I got one more for that, Craig.
Okay.
Shaka Khan, Tell Me Something Good. I have to have that.
It's a great track.
Yeah.
I was thinking Night to Remember Shalimar would be nice.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Jody Watley stuff we talked about previously. Anything that she's continued on doing.
Eric, you could do Through the Fire. I've played that a couple times, and I get such a good response from people.
You're right about that.
And it's shocking. Yeah. Like I forget that track, and I play it, and I'm like, it's not
heard the version without Kanye in it.
People are like, oh, but that's it. If you want to be tricky, you speed it up really fast without master tempo, and then you drop Kanye on it. Now you've got a transition.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just saying.
But tell me, I don't know. That was, you don't hear it often. That's my point.
No, that's what's fun about it.
You drop that, it's great. They're like, oh my God, like Laurie just did to me. It's like, oh my God, I forgot about that song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the explanation, Eric. By the way, that's the end of the show, everybody. We want to thank you for watching. Oh, all right. We're not done.
This ain't the lightning round anymore, Jay.
So, that's kind of an example of what I'm talking about. This is kind of the brainstorming exercise that I'm talking about that I think is kind of fun to do. Would anyone else like to try a genre?
Well, I'm going to go, and I'll tell you why I'm going to go next, because I have a 40th birthday party this coming Saturday when I get back to Cali.
Okay.
And the clients called me, and the party theme is 80s.
Okay.
She's turning 40.
Okay.
Which means that's not her genre.
Her parents' music. Yeah.
Her husband was born in 78.
Wow.
So he's a few years older.
Yeah.
And I talked to him yesterday on the phone. And I go, so he goes, dress 80s. And I'm like, dude, I lived in the 80s. Like that's not a very narrow window.
Right.
But he goes, make sure you play some Queen from the 80s too.
Okay.
Like that's a specific thing. So there's a billion.
That's another one bites the dust. That's Radio Gaga.
It's all those tracks.
Right.
Under Pressure.
Little thing called Love.
So I've got a 4-hour window, and his only direction is
80s.
we just want 80s.
Okay.
And my approach, as usual, will be like start slow, build high, coming up, down, and just so I guess what I'm looking for from you guys is the 80s bangers that aren't as well known. How's that sound?
I like it. I like it.
I like that. I like that.
Don't give me the most obvious choice, but example, today I played Style Council, My Ever-Changing Mood. And I had about 3 people come over and go, damn, I forgot about this track.
Mm-hmm.
So think in that relationship to 80s. This is JC getting ready to just jump right now.
The champ ready to close.
He woke up. No more nosebleed. He's awake.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with JC?
Okay. Alpha Bill, Big in Japan.
There you go.
It's a great track. I totally wouldn't have played that.
Great.
That's an awesome song.
Are we picking on people or are we just shouting?
I'll throw it in. All right. So you remember Heart and Soul from Tapao? It
It's a great track.
Play too much.
But not on my top 100, and it should be. That's
Right.
right.
It's an interesting
Yeah, totally
song.
vibe.
Here's one that
Last night.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Last night, a DJ saved my life by Indeed.
Yeah, great track.
You know what's funny? That's a track I never think of as 80s.
Yeah, it didn't come to my mind, but I did an
Is it
80s
90s?
brunch
It
recently.
would
and that
almost
was
be a
one of the
grown folks
requests.
R&B track.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
for some 80s to me,
Maybe
it's
it
always
technically
been
is
that
90s,
new
like me.
wavy, or rocky. Like,
Right.
you've got new wave, you got big hair metal,
Right.
you've got rock, but In Deep it's a great track. Don't get me wrong, Matt, but it's like for some reason that would never have registered on my radar as like, hey, here's an 80s party. Let's play In Deep.
How about something
Came out in
goofy?
'82.
No,
How about
no.
Right.
Mm.
It's like Rump Shaker. When did Rump Shaker come out?
I don't know.
That's an 80s.
I think in the
track, right?
90s.
90s maybe.
I mean, in 90s track. Okay.
I remember in the club in the 90s, that Last Night DJ Saved My Life was huge.
But it's more of a grown folks R&B track.
Yeah.
You know.
It's just, I don't know.
I put the grown folks R&B folder before I put it in an 80s folder. But it is an 80s track technically. Kind of like
put
Elvis
it in
Presley.
What do you
It can
consider
be 50s, it can be rock, it can be slow, it can be a lot of things.
If I called you and said, hey, I got this 80s party this weekend, 40th birthday, and they're very 80s,
An alternative.
what tracks am I not thinking of? You think?
Revenge by Ministry, I think would be a really neat one to play. It's
That
got
would
the
work.
fear on in it, woo, kind of fun like that. Berlin, the Metro.
Oh, all day. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a fun
I'll be blunt.
maybe.
Berlin, 2 or 3 tracks, Information Society.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like that, the freestyle side
I
of
love that. Even though people don't think of it as 80s, it's so, to me, dance 80s, Information Society. Like,
judging his age, I'm almost thinking later 80s. So I'm almost thinking, even
86 up.
Yeah, I'm almost looking at some of the Stock Aitken Waterman stuff like Rick Astley and Mel and Kim showing out, get fresh for the weekend kind of thing.
Always got something.
That's different. You don't hear them a lot, but it's like those weirdo tracks. Bananarama stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Bananarama.
I'm thinking Cruel Summer.
I'm really big on the Wow album. I love I Heard a Rumor. That's like my
I
favorite.
have one that you will never think about it. And it's Andy Taylor from Duran Duran, and it's called Take It Easy.
Yep. What was the other one he did? Was it called I Might Lie?
Yeah, I Might Lie.
The rocker was I Might Lie from Andy Taylor.
That was the one that was on Miami Vice
I Might Lie
with Andy Taylor. Yeah.
Take It
Where
Easy
there's
was
the
from
video.
Take It Easy was from the movie American Anthem. I think he wrote it for
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Yeah.
But he went through that period. And if you want to go deep dive, the one I know I'm going to play is Sex Pistols guitar player. He put out a solo album in the middle, and Steve Jones. And he had a track that is, like, to me, a perfect mid-'80s kind of semi-rocky-ish track that I think just, is she putting Johnny Hates Jazz?
Johnny, Are You Queer?
Oh, Johnny Are You Queer from Valley Girl. It's on the soundtrack. Yeah.
That's what I think I just saw.
Johnny Are You Queer is on the Valley Girl soundtrack.
Maybe she was just asking John C. if he was queer.
I don't think so. I don't think
John,
I don't know.
That's a usable song. If you got the new wave punky people, they like that.
That's all day.
Like Devo, play like Girl You Want, Devo.
Oh yes, yeah. That's the track.
You know,
and of course,
in that pocket.
It's not a party if you don't play Oingo Boingo Dead Man's Party.
Yep.
Even though that's
Halloween
not
on that
best song.
Yeah. You know the track I don't have from Oingo Boingo that I'd love to play just in a warm up.
Just Another Day.
Weird Science.
Oh, that's a great song.
Yes,
you know
it's a great
that
song.
would be a perfect one.
And everyone knows it from the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my fear is I don't want to go too deep and be like, check it out. Are you guys familiar with this B-side from this band that no one ever heard of?
It works.
Turn the headlights all across the dance floor.
Sapiens by, is it Robert? I can't remember the artist now. Remember the track Homo Sapiens? Oh, no, Escalator for Life. Escalator of Life. Who did that track? Mm-hmm. I'm riding on the escalator of life. You know the track I'm talking about?
That's very British.
Howie, did you still have one? Okay. I didn't know if we'd said it already.
No, I'll wait.
No, it's cool.
No, go for it, Howie.
I was from the 85 Kaga by Miami Sound Machine.
Oh,
I never would have thought that one. Honestly, that's a great one.
Well, if you're going to go like
for a dance floor.
Yeah, I mean that would go in the same crate for me as like Laura Branigan and Gloria and those type of energy tracks, you know.
Tina Easton.
Yeah.
Very high
energy, Strut.
Because I said to him, I go, what's the setup? He goes, you're on the deck above everyone. I'm like, oh, he goes, I don't think they'll all dance, and they're bringing their kids. So it's a 7 to 11 event. So I'm like background for the most part, but you know, once the kids go to bed, I'm like, dude, you got 4 hours. Like,
yeah.
Well, if the kids are there, you got to do Ghostbusters and stuff like that.
But,
I mean, they know that.
Yeah, the then and now stuff.
I'm thinking,
that's still got current relevance, you know.
So Weird Science totally makes sense with Oingo Boingo.
I like that song, and I was like, oh, I want to play this song, and I don't own this. This is stupid. I gotta buy this.
Wow.
Well, thanks for being on one of your now compilations. That's got to be.
It's
on
not.
Somewhere.
It's not. It's not on.
So. Yeah, so a group that I think mainly gets associated with the 90s, but, you know, got their start in the 80s, Beastie Boys, Brass Monkey.
Oh, that's
the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a given. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
it's like I could do Run DMC with that, too, if they want to get a little hip-hoppy.
Yeah, Walk
Cool Mo D, too.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
I got a couple that I might throw in there.
Yeah, we got it.
Walk the Dinosaur, Was Not Was.
Was Not Was, yeah.
Good one. And maybe Der Kommissar, After the Fire.
Nice. Or the Falco version.
Right,
or the Falco version.
Or I could do Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz, 70s or 80s, Brian.
80s. 83. Taco.
That's good.
Taco. Yeah.
Taco.
You know what his real name is?
Megaphone. Brian Red.
Taco.
Oh, Taco.
He's Dutch.
Well, if you're going 80s, wouldn't you have to play Love Shack?
Yes.
89. That's like
it's on the fringe, but I agree with you, Howie.
They can go either 80s or 90s.
But see, if you leave it up to me, I'll play Private Idaho over Rock Lobster because I think Private Idaho is a better song.
Yeah.
But okay, now
this is the general public. They may want to hear Rock Lobster, and I'm over here going, no, Private Idaho is a better song.
Well, don't forget to do Talking Heads if you're going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Burning Down the House is a crowd pleaser for something like that.
That seems to work.
You were saying things, Jay, like you wouldn't normally play. I'm thinking maybe Whip It Devo. That would fit right in.
That's a good example. I probably wouldn't run to that. I really wouldn't. Just a Girl. Yeah, I would love to play Just a Girl.
Oh, you want?
You can play also Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night.
Yeah, that's a dope track. It's a really dope track.
Well, I mean, I know I'm going to play like Safety Dance because I think it does well with people in general.
And it's never gone away.
No,
the one I like that you couldn't get anybody to dance to it, but it would be cool, like just to have for background. I think if you were doing any of that nobody ever plays. It's a track called "Just Got Lucky" by Joe Boxer. Anybody remember that track? That's a neat song. I do. It's a neat song. I'll play it for you after the show.
All right,
It's a real neat British. It's kind of in the same vein as like the ska madness kind of thing.
Oh,
it's that. But I love the track. But they only had one hit, and I like.
JC will. I'll leave it on this and turn it over to somebody else. JC will be happy when I say this group. I guarantee it. I'm gonna probably play at least one, maybe two tracks from Johnny Hates Jazz.
Shattered Dreams, and I'm out on that.
Yeah.
Turn Back the Clock or
Turn Back the Clock, Shattered Dreams. Yeah. I just think they were overlooked. But I also might, if I'm left to my own devices and I'm the DJ, I may like whip out a little bit of Midnight Oil, give Scrappa a little love, and
there you go.
Beds Are Burning or something.
Just play In Excess. People actually like it.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, Beds Are Burning did really well. It charted.
You might as well play, like, I don't know, Do They Know It's Christmas while you're at it? It's just preachy.
I can do live.
You got to find out if they're rockers or if they're
We Are the World or something.
Well, I'll find out early on, John. I'm thinking this is going to be one of those, like, when DJing, it's often like fishing. You start with a worm and nothing bites. And then you try a carrot and you get a bite. And then you try something else and you get 100 bites and you go, oh, I'm just going to stick with this bait.
And you try potato, then you get you too.
Yeah.
Say that with a Southern accent and they'll totally elect you as governor.
And by the way,
you know what works for me here?
Yes.
You know what works for me here? Sometimes you can put Tonight Is What It Means to Be Young by Fire Inc., which was in the Streets of Fire. Is the soundtrack.
Musical.
Yeah. Oh, well, then I should do St. Elmo's Fire by John Parr.
Well, or you could do I Could Dream About You by Dan Hartman.
Oh,
that was in that movie too.
Same man that sang on Edgar Winter's They Only Come Out at Night.
And did it
White Trash and
Relight
did
My Fire and
Free Ride. That is him.
If you have a rock crowd, you could put in Jump by Van Halen at 129 BPM.
That's a great example. I know that. Do you guys do this? Maybe it's just me. There are bands we know were there and they put out product, but we never think of them. Like Van Halen to me is a rock act that started in 78 and kept going, but I never think of them in the decade.
Right.
Like Aerosmith put out product. I wouldn't think to play an Aerosmith. What the 80s was what? Done with Mirrors, Permanent Vacation, Get a Grip, Pump. They put out 4 albums in the same decade.
And you just don't think of them as
but
that.
You don't think of it as associated with that decade.
But with Van Halen, you could drop Pretty Woman and you make all the older folks happy too, because now it's you tie
Dancing in the Street off the Diver Down.
That's great too.
With Jump, I actually have the people. They actually jump for some reason every time the word jump comes up.
If they do that, I would immediately follow it with the Romantics.
Yeah. What I Like About You.
Yep. Because that's another pogo style.
Head down that road.
Yeah. If you want to go down that genre.
I went down.
Yeah. That's a great.
I went down into the storage area over the weekend and I grabbed some CDs. They're still in the truck. I grabbed some gems that people looked at me like I was insane about that I said I had and they said didn't exist. Like, I have the 12-inch of I'm Too Sexy with the Spanish version on it. But the other one I grabbed was the Clash's Greatest Hits because I've been dying.
I never would have. Thank you so much. I totally forgot about Rock the Casbah. And
that's not even what I was thinking about.
Oh.
Should I stay or should I go?
The one I love.
Lost in the Supermarket.
And I haven't had it, like, I didn't rip it in, but I have it. The double disc is actually Overpowered by Funk. That's a really unique Clash song.
Nope.
It's kind of fun. You don't know Overpowered by Funk?
I don't think so.
It's a fun Clash song. It's real campy, British kind of.
I'm going to Lost in Supermarket, Clamp Down.
That's great.
Should I stay or should I go?
Yeah.
It's like you say a group, we're all going to do the same thing. Like, oh, I'd play this.
It would just be fun to play for warm up, just like the Joe Boxer track. No one's going to know it. But it's just
I could do Cat People by David Bowie.
Yeah.
That's 80s. I could do DJ off the Lodger because Lodger is an 80s album.
We've got about
Ashes.
We got
Let's
about
go to somebody else. I don't want to.
We got 15 minutes.
Let's go to somebody else.
You got a gig. You needed this crate, so it's okay.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate
I'll
your
just
help.
spitballing here. So
Anyone else?
It's great. Somebody else got a crate?
Do a crate?
How about
All
Harry?
right, so back to me.
yeah. Enough about you. It's talking about me again.
Crate.
What I like about me, Dan.
Nobody has another crate? I have another crate if nobody else does.
Well, we can always just do the obvious progression from the 80s and go into the 90s.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Matt couldn't wait to get into the 90s.
Break my stride.
It's over there just tweaking. It's like, I got to get something with Green Day in it. Come on, let's go.
Oh, he's going to hate my suggestion.
Green jelly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of fishing with Dynamite too because I just did a 90s brunch over the weekend, but definitely some of the fun songs.
Brunch, you had to be chill then.
90s.
Well, go ahead.
No, we were dancing. We were having a good time.
What's your genre for 90s? Or what's your vibe for 90s?
Just overall 90s. I'm just picturing something where, maybe more of a public performance or more of just diverse crowd of people that, you want to play a little bit of everything. So, throwing some LL Cool J. Yeah.
The one I drop a lot from the 90s is Amber What It Takes. And a lot of people haven't heard it and they love it. Like the same crowd that digs Taylor Swift loves that track.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got to give my Duncan Sheik Barely Breathing. Got to get Duncan in the fight.
Yeah. I think Wallflowers, One Headlight.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
I'm thinking 96 Pony by Genuine.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
That's going to change the mood.
Gosh, I can't believe it's that old. Oh,
yeah.
I need some singles.
Yeah. Len Still My Sunshine.
Wonderful.
Oh,
wonderful track.
very good.
Show me
underplayed.
Love, Robin S. Show me love, Robin S.
Yes.
Standard.
And if it turns out to be a rock crowd, you can go on Skinny Bop by Poison.
Or even if it's a diverse crowd like that everybody loves, one of my thoughts, All the Small Things by Blink-182, it has the part in there that I think everybody likes to sing along to. Works. I know.
If you're going to do that, you got to do Jimmy World, the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. The songs are the most na-na-nas per verse.
Yeah.
You get them singing na-na-na-na. Everybody can do that.
You can't forget the Spice Girls Wannabe. That has to be in that crate.
Getting into the super groups now.
Yeah.
Everybody Backstreet's back.
Backstreet Boys. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bye. And sing.
When
I had
all that stuff.
California Love by Tupac.
And you got to do Biggie Hypnotize if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do that, you might as well do Duran.
What, Ordinary World?
Yeah.
No. Because
Come on, Don.
Hypnotize is based off of, was it Notorious?
Nope, that was Herb Albert Rise.
That Duran used?
What are you talking about?
No, didn't. What's the
Duran
track that Biggie took a sample from Duran.
Biggie took Herb Albert Rise for Hypnotize.
Yes, he did.
That's Herb Albert Rise
track.
Well, Duran had Notorious, which I think might have been sampled in a big.
I think B.I.G. sampled the song Notorious for his song Notorious.
That was
that's what I'm talking
about. But that wasn't a big hit, was it?
Well, it got some play. I'm just saying it'd be a funny mix if you did the two, because I think they're both 90s.
Yeah.
I think Notorious.
Notorious came out. No, Notorious came out in like 85 or 86.
Oh, is that early? Okay.
Yeah. It was right after Arena, after 7 in the Ragged Tiger.
Laurie had
just dropped one of the biggest bangers of the 90s right there.
I played it last Saturday. Living Vida Loca. Yeah.
It killed it.
Yeah, it kills it every time. Yeah.
I agree.
Well, let's not forget the swing scene was big in the 90s. Let's get some Brian Setzel's Orchestra, Jump, Jive, and Wail going.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, all that stuff.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
So I was
Daddies.
I was looking at a more pigeon. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ollie.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, it's not important.
Oh, I was just going to say the obvious from the 90s, Baby Got Back. That always fills the dance floor.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
I was putting together a more pigeonholed 90s crate, but it could be actually late 80s, early 90s. There was that little window there. where it kind of crept up on us in like 87, 88, and it went away when Nirvana hit. And that was kind of the mainstream house stuff. You know?
Yeah.
It was the Black Box, the Technotronic, the Snap,
No Parking on the
Music
Dance
Factory
Floor
stuff.
Yeah.
What do you put in that crate? That it's like, hey, this is a really cool late 80s or early 90s housey, mainstream housey banger.
Midnight Star, No Parking on the Dance Floor.
No, it's too early.
Had a
But
way.
it's talking about that vibe.
More the energy thing. Like,
Everybody.
Music Factory. Everybody, Black Box. Yep.
Yeah.
I did Joe Monda Got a Love for You, the Hurley's House mix. I love that track. I am in love with that track. It's so
I think
good.
we need to be cognizant of the fact that our crowds may not know the deeper cuts. I'm just saying.
That's why it's fun to do the crates.
In a club, it's one thing, but at like a public event or wedding, whatever.
If you're trying to play a song to fill a dance floor, that's one thing. But if you're trying to just do a vibe for a cocktail,
all right,
or whatever, you can take liberties and you can have fun.
No. At that period, you can. I'm just saying, I've always felt that once the dance floor opens, if they don't know the track, they don't dance to the track. At least at weddings. It's very difficult to be like, same vibe, same key, same everything. And they just look at you like, I have no clue what this is.
I found that you never know. You never know until you're there.
I don't know.
Instead of going,
I mean, most of my events, most of my events, if I were to play a Grateful Dead song, they'd throw tomatoes at me. But at that one event, they want to hear Grateful Dead songs.
Right.
It's like that. Sometimes.
You can play Althea or Box of Rain early in the night.
Shakedowns, yeah.
Or
you can.
I'll tell you one that never fails is Touch of Grey, because these people are all like 40, 50 years old. They're
point,
a little bit gray like me.
Hey,
that's a great.
You're right.
Recycling. If they throw a tomato, make a salad.
The hippies like that song when it came out. They really liked it.
Yeah,
I remember.
Touch of Grey.
That was an Friend of the Devil would always work for Grateful Dead, but that's now we're in the Hemp Fest. We're in a different party, in a different crate.
Althea, if you get stuck, get Althea out.
Get a little DMX party up going too.
That'll work.
That's Anthem craze.
Touch of Grey it just has such an upbeat to it.
It's a great song. Absolutely, it's a great song. You know,
and they dance to it. They love it.
Yeah.
Eric, you got to have.
We're still in '90s. Please,
I do have
underappreciated Shanice.
Oh, I Love Your Smile. Yeah,
Shanice, I Love Your Smile.
You got to get the U.S. version of that though. If you mess around and get the UK version of it, it's no good. You got to get the original Motown single edit of that song. Otherwise, it just has. It's not the same vibe.
I think it was on the Motown 40th, right? That kind of beigey brown album cover, right? With the Jet double.
Well, I've got the Hitsville USA one, and I think it's white or blue. I don't know. There's a 60 or 59 through 71 and a 71 through 89. I don't remember which is which. I have both of them when it turns up on that one. Yeah. So that's actually an 80s track.
It is?
This was fun.
I thought it came out in 90.
I don't think so. Maybe
I got a crate. Maybe we can build one.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, I don't know. We could do a quick Eric crate and then we'll put a fork in it.
Okay. We're probably not doing too bad because we started recording.
This crate won't take long because everybody here tonight had great crates, and they were all like fast jamming. Keep the crowd going. I'm going to go with a crate where it's time to do a ballad. Slow dance.
Okay.
We need a ballad, and I'm going to start it off. And this could be any era, any year, because when you go for a ballad, it's going to depend on the crowd. I'm going to start it off with Truly, Madly, Deeply.
Savage Garden.
Yeah. And I'll also throw in, say, Always on My Mind, Willie Nelson. You guys add to it.
I always brain fart on the slow stuff anymore.
Casey and JoJo, All My Life.
Yeah. I was thinking that, but I didn't know if that would go more in an R&B or if that would be
a slow song.
But it's a ballad still, right?
It's a ballad. Yeah, that's a ballad. That'll work.
You can do Righteous Brothers too. It's like it depends where you are.
Yeah. Is this a wedding? If it's a wedding, I would pick Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones.
There you go.
You've got to be real careful with the wedding songs because you can't just pick any ballad. It has to be a ballad that's probably not about breaking up or cheating or something. So you can't play Secret Lovers by Lennox Star. You can play Always by Lennox Star. Yeah.
Wild Horses
play Always and Forever.
I think Wild Horses is a great choice. Yeah. Van Morrison, have I told
Into the Mystic
that I love you?
Into the Mystic is a big one too.
Into the Mystic later in the night. Okay. Like End of the Night, if you get the right.
But can it still go in the crate?
Oh, as a ballad? Into the Mystic at the end of the night. I've had about 8 couples leave their wedding as the last slow song of the night. Into the Mystic, because it talks about going away on a boat and leaving. Mm-hmm. And it's a great ballad. It's an end of night song. Just saying.
Nice.
But earlier, Have I Told You Lately That I Love You by Van Morrison? I'll start crying.
Yeah, or the
crying crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
Jay likes ruining everybody's makeup. Oh, they're all just
saying. Hey, tears, memories, money. Yeah. Just saying.
Or if we want to be like Jay, we'll throw a couple rockers in there. We'll do REO Speedwagon, Keep on Loving You.
Skid Row, I Remember You.
Yep.
We can do
Clapton, Wonderful Tonight.
You can do
that's a classic. Yeah.
But that's a great ballad, but it's a great end of night too.
Stuck on You, Lionel.
I was like Lady in Red, Krista Berg. I like that.
Oh, it's a great song.
Yeah.
Side note, Don't Pay the Ferryman. Another great song we never talk about.
Well, another great.
Here's where everybody's going to judge me. Anne Marie, could I have this dance?
No. You know why that song's a bomb?
No, that's an amazing song, dude.
You know why? Why that song is great?
Why?
Because not only is it a slow jam, but if somebody comes up to you and says, "You have a waltz," say, "Yes, as a matter of fact, I do," and you drop that track because it's a perfect waltz.
Yeah. What's the Bryan Adams track that's a waltz?
Heaven.
Heaven or a Die for You. One of them is technically a waltz.
Is it?
Have you ever loved a woman?
Have you ever loved a woman? Bryan Adams. That's a waltz. Yeah.
Have you ever really loved a woman or whatever?
Yep. Yeah. That's a waltz.
Howie's got one cooking.
This might seem strange, but Thank You from Led Zeppelin.
No, that's great. Yeah. That's like, you know how many people in that generation lost their virginity to that song? Come on.
Actually, Laurie Laurie brought up Stairway to Heaven. In the comments.
And if you do the Stairway to Heaven, do it by Dolly Parton.
There we go.
If you know, you know.
The person, if you're going to get locked into a dance with Stairway to Heaven, you better really like the person.
If you know, you know.
Ann Wilson.
It's going to take forever.
Ann Wilson as well. Yes.
And if you're going to do Dolly Parton, you might as well do Islands in a Stream in that crate too.
And by the way, this sounds.
But that's not slow, is it?
Try Led Zeppelin, All of My Love.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a little faster, but
I've done
All
that
of
one
My
for
Love is a great ballad. Yeah, it's a great cocktail song.
Oh, yeah.
I've done a cocktail and dinner. Great track.
I just called to say I love you, Stevie Wonder. You got to, you know.
Yeah, isn't she lovely? If you want to upbeat,
here's one. I'm surprised nobody mentioned "Can't Help Falling in Love with You," Elvis. That's gonna get in there.
Well, because Eric, we're not very old.
Oh, Jay, why don't you go call room service or something?
Now,
if we were to take
a little more vodka, please. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. And
are you done? Thank you. If you were to take the old folks R&B and blend it in with the ballad,
no, just olives for dinner. Thank you.
You could do, and if you wanted to do Stevie Wonder, you could do Ribbon in the Sky.
Oh, that's a great choice.
I use that for dinner a lot, actually. That's dinner. Yeah.
But that is a grown folks R&B all day long. And it's uplifting. It's not like,
By the way, has anyone noticed we're talking slow songs and no one has said a song that's newer than 35, 40 years?
I was thinking about that Ed Sheeran song. Was it perfect?
It's perfect.
That's one of the very few.
Yeah,
Shallow. The industry hasn't given us newer love songs. It just hasn't.
It does, but they're not written as well. Ribbon in the Sky doesn't resolve because the Ribbon in the Sky for our love. It just goes on and on like that ribbon.
Yeah, but it's grown folks R&B. That's why it wasn't a pop song.
But it's really an actual love song.
Jason Mraz, I Won't Give Up.
Yeah.
Oh, love that song.
Yeah, like today.
But it's got a rap breakdown. I think you'd be better off with Jason Mraz, what is it? For You? I mean, he's got a couple of tracks. I think I Won't Give Up is better. Yeah, I'm Yours would be a better choice. Yeah. But I Won't Give Up is like, this is one of the best marriage songs ever written. Mm-hmm. But it's
I got one I haven't played in like 25 years.
All right.
I got one really, really, really good. It's actually a good song and everybody forgot about it. And that is To Become One by the Spice Girls.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's a nice song.
I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah, nice.
All right, John, I'm sorry.
No, that's good. It's cool. It's newer. I think it's probably within the last 15 years. The song is called 4-3-2-1 with commas, and it's it's kind of boy band. It's 4-3-2-1. I told you I love you. It's got the I love you chorus on it. Right?
Is that Olivia Rodrigo or is it a Mel?
No, it's a boy bandish kind of thing. But it was a surprise.
Put a fork in this. He don't know.
How about Tender Love, Force MDs?
Put it in the comments. Force MDs, Tender Love.
Yeah, all day. That's awesome.
Come to Me by Janet Jackson.
Yes. Come to Me. Come back to me as a breakup song.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's kind of like Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You.
It's like Al Green, Let's Stay Together. Every time I get that is like, our first name is Al Green, Let's Stay Together. I'm like, nope.
Didn't we almost have it all?
Nope. Can't.
Nope. Maybe not for the wedding,
I mean, Whitney had about 10 of them.
Yeah.
On there, but
that's a group. I'm sorry, I got the group. I just had to do a quick Google. It's Plain White.
By the way, I got to admit, this, I'm looking at the screen now. This is very proof of life. This is very where it's like, okay, they're not kidding around. If you guys don't send the money, they say they're not gonna let me live. This whole thing looks very proof of life.
Right. They're gonna feed you olives and you're gonna be stuck there for an extra day.
You're in Hawaii. You're stuck in a motel room. Yeah.
Or on one of those bad sets where after this I have to do the casting couch thing on the bed.
Pull up a calendar. Pull up a newspaper.
Every morning.
So what's your name? How long you wanted to be an actor?
Don't eat anything or drink anything out of that fridge. It's $100 each. Don't touch anything.
Yeah, if the little weight sensor goes up, you're paying for it.
I'm not staying in that nice of a place, guys.
That was
my
kind of
next controller better not cost more because of your room service.
Are you done, Matt? Thank you. This was a taste of what a crate show could look like. Could look like
a great show. Thank you.
We did very well.
Maybe we'll tweak it a little bit and be a little more organized next time. And
I thought everybody did well.
I do too. They were great suggestions, everybody.
Maybe think about, what crates you might like to see filled. And then the next time we come on, when I say anybody else got anything, you guys aren't like, you got something.
I got
Love Song, Animal by Wasp. Something like that might come in.
That would be wonderful.
And you can leave it down in the comments. What crate would you like to hear?
Tell us what crate you want. Howie will definitely be all over that, and he will bring your crate to the next show where we do crates.
Yes, yes, I will.
He'll come prepared.
I was thinking
it sounds like Brian's choking, so it sounds
I kind of am. So let's wrap this up. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
I told you not to eat the